Camille Friend here. I am a department head hairstylist and I work in film. I've done so many blockbuster movies like Django, Dreamgirls, and most recently, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I'm here today for Design Essentials. So excited to give you some tips and tricks of what we do in Hollywood as far as wig styling. So the first thing I want to get into is talk about cutting back your lace. I just wanted to show you what we do professionally. So when I'm cutting back lace, I'd like to use a little brush and a little hairspray just to control all those little hairs that might fall down. So I just go in and I just push back all those little fine hairs that you see coming down, just to make sure that they're out of the way. Next, I'm gonna take my scissors. Here we go. So what I'd like to do is I just like to take my scissors and put it here and go up. And not all the way to the hairline. You wanna stop just like, a finger's width from your hairline. And then you're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. And then you're gonna wanna stop. So then that creates 3 separate sections. And when I start cutting, you're gonna see me do a little movement with the scissors. I'm holding the lace, but you're seeing me, I'm doing a little zigzag, making it a little jagged, but I'm being very intentional how I'm cutting this line. You always wanna take your time when you're cutting lace, because once you cut it, once it's gone, gone baby, gone. So I'm gonna continue to do my zig and zag with my scissors. You just see, I'm just slowly working myself back and forth. There we go. One piece down. We're gonna move on here to our left side panel and we're gonna create the same thing. In film, anytime that you can diffuse the line and make it softer, that's what makes it more pretty. Let's talk about right here by the ear holes. A lot of people like to keep these little holes, this lace a little longer because they like to have it as a little hold. I usually like to cut mine halfway. And you want to take this little corner off. And that makes it really nice and pretty. So when you lay that lace down with your glue, you have a nice seamless line coming around the ear. And as you see, I cut it back where you're about 1/8 of an inch away from your knots. And that's where you want to be, so you have enough lace to glue, but you don't have enough lace to be distracting. And that is cutting back lace. All right, next we're on to how to thin a wig. There's 2 ways that I look at thinning hair. So the first one we're gonna talk about is I like to thin for density. Say that the wig is too thick, I actually go in and I'm gonna cut the hair from the lace. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take this top section out, and I'm just gonna open it up. And again, you wanna make sure that your hair is wet because it just gives it a little bit more texture. So you wanna pull your hairline out. So I'd say stay at least a ½ an inch out of your hairline. You wanna make sure that all this other hair is out of the way. So I like to take another clip and clip this hair down so I'm not making any mistakes. And you wanna pull this hair straight up. You wanna get it straight up off the scalp. And this is where you have to be careful because these are hair cutting shears. So you just wanna go in and you just wanna cut right at the base of the hair. And that's your hair that you're gonna take out. That's what thinning for density looks like. Let's talk about doing it for texture. So let's get into actually how to do this. So again, I'm gonna leave out the hairline. Remember, the hairline we're not going to touch, but we're gonna go right on top. So I'm gonna take this hair and I basically use my razor like a pencil. And I'm gonna first show you how I use it. I'm not gonna cut any hair. So I just go in and I go directly into the hair and I just lightly stroke the hair. And I'm just gonna go in with my razor and I'm just gonna go in and hit it just a little bit. And you see, I'm gonna pull out the hair. And this is what you're getting. The heavier handed you are with this, the more hair you're gonna take out. And that is that. And then you go in and just shake it around, see what you got. And if you need to take out more hair, you can always take out more. To go in to set the hair, we're going to first start off with some mousse. And this is just for hold and control. When hair comes out of the head naturally, it doesn't come in flat. Like everybody has a little rise when the hair comes out. So remember for film, we're trying to make this feel as natural as possible. So I'm going to create a natural lift in the hair for camera. I'd like to go in and just do a little in and out, again, but bigger sections than we did before. And then I just start like lifting this hair. You see, I just lifted some of it. Same thing on the other side, go in and lift. And as I go in and I lift, I like to pin it. So when I go in and lift the hair, I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna just wiggle a little pin right in there. And so usually what I do is I go all along your hairline and I like to lift it all up. So this just gives it a natural lift, and that's how it looks really natural on camera. Like this is how I do all my wigs. Anywhere from, Django to The Help. That's how you wet style your wig and get it ready for the next process. But this is just the initial step to get the base and the volume into the wig. Okay, for your next tip and trick, what we're gonna talk about is pinning your wig cap on, and also how to pin even your wig on so it is secure. So I'd like to introduce Mel. Mel is my assistant today. Come on over, Mel, let's get to it. Okay, we're gonna first start off with the sleek edge control. What we're gonna do is take a little bit of the sleek edge control and just get all these little hairs and little flyaways out of the way. Even though we already have her wrapped, you always wanna make sure that all your hair is out of the way. So I'm just gonna go in with a little edge control. You don't wanna do too much. So I'm just gonna go in and just brush a little around the hairline. This is Formation Finishing Spritz, and this is something you also can use around the hairline. So if you don't want to use edge control, you also can use Spritz. So the first thing we're going to do is take the wig cap. So I really like to take and stretch my wig caps out. So Mel, I'm going to use your fingers here. You want to give me your fingers here. So Mel is going to hold, and I'm going to pull down and around. And that's all you're going to do right now. So the first thing I do is I slide back my wig cap just a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with my toupee clips. The placement is I'm gonna do 2, 2, and 2. So I'll start from here. And the main thing that you wanna do with these, you wanna slide them. If you just place it, it's not gonna hold. You wanna make sure that you're going in and you're doing a sliding motion. You're gonna slide and you're gonna place it right there. And you're just gonna click it in. You're gonna slide it and click. And then also in the back, I'm gonna put 3 clips along the back also. I'll do the same thing. Now we're gonna talk about pinning in. Now, so we're gonna take and we're gonna pull our wig cap up to the edge of our toupee clips. So you're gonna take your hairpin and you're gonna put it through the edge of your wig cap. Then you're gonna put it forward, and then you're gonna take and you're gonna tuck it under your anchor. That's what we call the lock. If you just take a pin and you just put it in the hair like this, it's going in and out. It's nothing to lock onto. That's why you want to take your forward and your back motion. That's what locks it in, and it will lock your wig down. And I'm gonna do this all around. At the edge of your wig cap, I'm gonna go forward, and then I'm gonna go under. And you see, those are in now. It's not going anywhere. And then you do the same thing in the back. You're gonna go into your anchor, you're gonna go to the edge, go forward, and then you're gonna go under, and that's that. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is gather all of this to really make this tight. You're gonna take your pin, and you're gonna go in, and you're gonna anchor this. Then you wanna take what we call the tail, and bring it down, and anchor it down. And again, it's the same motion, forward and back. So there you go. So this is now what we call a complete wig wrap, and now you are ready to apply your wig.